Hi, this is Chuck Martin. We're here in Austin, Texas. I'm happy to say I've got with me here Sai Nikhkesh Kasturi from American Airlines. Welcome.
Hey, Martin. Thank you for having me.
So you're a senior data scientist, and you're talking on the program about generative AI. What could be new in that?
Generative is always new because there are a lot of new applications that are always coming into that field, right? For example, like in 2019 or 2018, you might have heard about GPT-1 or GPT-3 that were very new into the ecosystem. But now, like there are a lot of different foundational models that can use for text generation or like image recognition. All of them can do this. All of the different tasks can be done by one foundational model. For example, ChatGPT, and you might have heard about ChatGPT 4 now. So everything in Gen AI, there is new always happening.
So where does it go?
So I think next 5 years or 10 years, there is a lot of potential for generative AI across the industry. Like we are currently seeing a lot of adoption rate happening across industries. But one major roadblock for that is the framework. Right now, there are a lot of risk and concern associated with generative AI, like for example, bias, model interpretability, or like the fake data, what you're seeing right now, the fake circulation of a lot of data. So if all these risks and concerns are mitigated, then the generative AI can explode. Like it can go into various industries like finance, security, retail, as well as in different healthcare and education. Like I was in a previous panel where we were discussing how AI can go in next 5 to 10 years. For example, in education, like previously it was used to be a tutor-based or a teacher-based education, right? But now with generative AI, it can be interactive, as well as it can be personalized to each and every student, and also a lot of redundant tasks that are there across different industries can be automated.
So as a senior data scientist, how do you stay ahead of other senior data scientists?
So one thing which I do is like read a lot of articles on various platforms and also write a lot of blogs and articles, because like when you're writing, you do a lot of research, understand what's happening in your field, right? Then only you go ahead and write articles. So one thing is do a lot of research, and also do listen to a lot of different keynotes, as well as speaking the sessions from various other data scientists or like people in the data science field to understand what's happening in the field.
So you're American Airlines. Where does data science fit in an airline, in the airline industry?
So in airline industry, there is one thing which is operational, doing operations like flying from a point A to point B. And also another point is like understanding your customers. So in understanding your customers, data science or AI plays a huge role, because like if doing customer segmentation or customer retention, or you have customer churn analysis, these kind of things requires machine learning models to understand what kind of customers you're dealing with, right? So AI or machine learning in general plays a huge role in the airline industry as well.
So where will generative AI fit in that space?
So I would say like companies like airline industry or companies which has a direct connect with the users, right? Generative AI might take little more time for adoption, because like as I said, there are a lot of risk and concern associated with it. For example, if you use a generative AI system that has that has been trained on biased data set, then it can discriminate against a set of people, right? So for AI adoption or generative AI adoption to happen in airline industry or the industries which has direct connect to or B2C, it might take little bit time because of ethical frameworks putting into place, or ethical frameworks needs to be set up and all these things. But I would see one is the customer experience is where generative AI can play a huge role. Like talking to the customers, like chatbots can help. Like right now, whenever you want to talk to a certain company, right? You get an automated voicemail after 6 o'clock. That can change over time. Like you might be conversing with a chatbot to answer your queries. So it's customer experience is one thing, and another thing is business operations, where you can optimize the supply chain, or you can detect the fraud very easily, comparatively what was done like 5 years back, right?
So do you see a time where the call center, someone calls and they get the chatbot, and then they say, I want to talk to a real person, and then it goes to a better chatbot?
I guess that will be the next thing, big thing in generative AI, because like at the end of the day, whenever I'm talking to a chatbot, I want the right answer, right? I want an answer that is convincing to me. So if I'm not convinced, like this happens with human as well. Like if I talk to you and I'm not convinced to you, convinced with your answer, I go and talk to someone else, right? So same thing can happen with generative AI. Like I'm not convinced with your answer, then I might ask the same question to someone else and get the answer. And until I'm convinced, I go around and bug a lot of people, right? That is prone to happen in generative AI systems.
And do you see a time where the consumer doesn't know they're talking to a computer?
Not really right now, because like right now I would say that is the biggest aspect. Like the consumer needs to know how did he get this answer, right? Because if there is no model transparency or transparency in getting the output, it will be lot difficult for the end user to trust on it, right? So but over a period of time, once the trust has been generated, I think that can be the situation where you don't know whether you're talking to a human or to a chatbot.
So a year from now, we're sitting here having this conversation. What will we be talking about?
Massive adoption of generative AI across different industries. That would be the biggest talking point, because like I see a lot of companies, though they are warning their employees not to use ChatGPT, but once the ethical guardrails are in place, then adoption for ChatGPT will be very huge. I was talking to someone else who was telling that like he designed or he created the prompts in ChatGPT in such a way that ChatGPT can be his daughter's tutor for geometry. Yeah, that was very interesting, because those are the use cases that will come up more often in the coming years, right? Like ChatGPT can be more customized for your problem statement.
I look forward to that conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.